What's up guys, my name is Durian, and in this video I'm going to show you what I use to make manga. Maybe you saw my latest chapter, link is in the description by the way, and said, ooh, how did he draw this or that? Or maybe you're curious about what I use, like my tablet, brushes, program, and so on. Well, you're in luck, my friend, because in this video I'll show you what I primarily use. Before we start, just keep in mind I'm not professional. Like at all. This is simply what I use to draw my stuff, so it's not like something that will level up your art. If anything, this is more to give you some inspiration in your own work and have some fun. So what do I use? I use an XP Pen Tablet Artist Pro 16 and Clip Studio Paint primarily. When it comes to manga creation, I believe digital is 10 times easier than traditional. Obviously traditional has its perks, but I just prefer digital. The undo button really is a lifesaver. So regarding my tablet, I used to own an XP Pen Artist Pro 13.3, but when I was moving a long time ago, I forgot it in the car and it left a suntan in the hot, humid Florida sun. So there was no saving it. When I was getting a new tablet, I was like, I might as well upgrade to the next gen and get a bigger tablet. And so I landed on this thing, the XP Pen Tablet Artist Pro 16. I got it because this thing said it's the next gen tablet, and it was a little bigger than my last one. I thought, this is the next best thing. It was not the next best thing. Not that it's horrible, but it's pretty bad and feels like a downgrade from how many issues I've ran into with this thing. Issues that my last tablet has never had. We've got screen glitching out like a bajillion times and then going black and not coming back on until I replug the whole thing. And apparently this is due to the hardware itself, so yay! And the cherry on top, the scroll wheel on this tablet sucks ass. So this is all to say, I would not recommend the tablet that I ended up getting. You're honestly fine with any other model but this one. Any model from XP Pen that has the red dial is a safe bet. I can't recommend other brands just because I've never used them, but if you can afford Wacom, I guess they're the best. I only went with XP Pen originally because it was pretty cheap for what it was, and it works well, except for this fucking thing. As for my program, Clip Studio Paint, it is amazing and very much worth the price. I used to use Krita actually for a long while, and I did like it a lot, but making manga on there felt a lot more manual and tiresome, and then eventually I was recommended Clip Studio Paint as it was the premier program for making comics. I mean, it used to be named Manga Studios, so makes sense, I guess. So now let's jump into the program and I'll show you what tools I use. Starting with brushes, these are the main ones I use and ones you can recognize in my work. This is my main pen. I made this over the course of like 3 years, but it's not crazy or anything. It's literally a Frankenstein of a pen that I originally got the foundation of from the Clip Studio Paint store. Oh, Clip Studio Paint store, my beloved. I like it because of the way I draw using pressure, especially for bolder lines and stuff like that for my line work, but in all honesty, it's not the best for detail. Speaking of detail, the next pen is, believe it or not, a default pen. Clip Studio calls it textured brush or something. The only difference is that it's put on low anti-aliasing for texture purposes. I'll use this pen for any detailed line work that I want to have texture, as well as zoom lines. And then lastly is my graffiti pen. I use this to draw out words for sound effects or cartoony expressions, as you've seen in my manga, Zombie Sword Girl. All of these pens are the primary ones that I use in all of my work, and you can find them in the description below. Try them out for yourself, see how you like them. They're yours, my friend. Hey fellas, just cutting in here to say, I have a Discord server. It's a place to hang out and talk with my dumbass present in the room. Not only that, it'll be the safe haven for all Zombie Sword Girl enjoyers and enjoyers of my YouTube videos. It's also a place where you can talk about manga, anime, and creating manga, of course. If you've ever had any quick questions, that'd be the place to do it. Link is in the description. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So moving on, I'll just set up my panels using the panel tool built into Clip Studio. It's pretty much layers locked into boxes it makes. Sometimes if I want something to pop out, I'll add a layer on top of these panels to do that. Now this feature and many other features is why I use Clip Studio over other programs. It basically has everything you could want for manga built into it already. You've got these panels, for example, you've got speed lines, focus lines, as well as speech bubbles. Everything is automatic, easy to use, and highly customizable. It's also really beginner friendly as well. Back when I used Krita, it was all manual and took a lot longer to figure out how to implement these features, so because of that it was annoying. You probably can make manga with that program, I just didn't have the patience to really figure it out, especially when Clip Studio Paint was right around the corner. This isn't me bashing on Krita, by the way, or any program really. It's just why I use what I use. You can make manga using any art program at the end of the day. So back to these tools, the best thing about them is that I can change the brush lines on all of them. Meaning if you wanted to have all of these personalized for you, you can, and I highly encourage it. And that's about the main stuff I use. There's obviously a lot more that I use, but it's way too much to dump into one video, and honestly, a lot of it is either default stuff in the program, like the cross-hatching patterns, or stuff I found on the Clip Studio Paint asset store. That store has a lot of cool stuff, so I highly recommend you check out that store for whatever you need. Most of the stuff offered there is free or using their Clippy points, which you get for free anyway. If you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe and like. And if you want to see more of my art using these brushes I showed you today in a finalized product, then you can read my manga, Zombie Sword Girl. It's about 2 zombies trying to become human. Yay! Link is in the description below. Good luck on all your projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye.